Hello, thank you so much for clicking this video. My name is Joanne Aoko and my brand is called by Aoko. So today I'm going to show you how to crochet this dress. The upper part is halter and the down part is a skater dress. And the beauty of this dress is the longer it goes, the more it expands at the down part. So if you need to make like a ball gown, then this is the pattern for you, okay? And I must admit that this pattern is a little bit challenging. It's an advanced pattern, so it requires you to be super keen with your stitches so that you don't end up undoing your work, because I know that really sucks. And that's why I am here for you. I have simplified everything, so what you need to do is just to follow along and crochet with me while at the same time applying your actual measurements. So for the measurements, you will need your fuller bust, your waist, your hips, and your desired length. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, honestly, I'll be super glad to have you here. So subscribe, leave a comment down below, and like and share. For the materials, I used this lace yarn, but I had to double my strand so that I can achieve a medium weight yarn. And the medium weight yarn, I used 3mm crochet hook, but you can use any other yarn of your choice as long as it's not chunky yarn, because chunky won't really pull this pattern well. You also need a tape measure for measurements. You need scissors to cut off your ends, tapestry needle to weave in your ends. Let's get started. To begin, make a slip knot and always leave a long tail. It's going to help you weave in your ends. Chain 8. This chain 8 is standard for all sizes. After chaining 8, make a slip stitch in the first hook, in the first stitch, like that, so that you can have a circle. So let's begin on round 1, chain 2. This chain 2 counts as a double crochet, and then inside the chain 8 space, make another double crochet. So now you have 2 double crochets together, chain 2, and then make 2 more double crochets in this chain space. Like that, chain 2, 2 more double crochets in the chain space. You're going to repeat this for a total of 8 2 double crochets together. To complete this row, chain 2 and then make a slip stitch in the first double crochet, which is the chain 2, like that. So at this point, make sure that you have 8 of them. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. For round 2, chain 1 and turn your work. In this chain 2 space, make a slip stitch like that, and then chain 2, and then make 1 more double crochet like this. Now chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 2 space, chain 3, make a shell stitch in the next chain 2 space. So this is how you make shell stitch. Make 2 double crochet, chain 1, and then 2 more double crochet in the same space. So this is the shell stitch. Chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 2 space, chain 3, make a shell stitch in the next chain 2 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 2 space, chain 3, a shell stitch in the next chain 2 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 2 space. Now chain 3 and complete your shell over here. So remember, we only made 2 double crochets, so to complete this shell in the same space, you're only going to make 2 more double crochet. Now chain 1 and make a slip stitch in the first double crochet, like that, to complete this shell. So at this point you have 4 shells, 1 2 3 4. For round 3, chain 1, turn your work, and then make a slip stitch in the chain 1 space of this shell stitch, chain 2 to build up your first double crochet, and then make another double crochet to form half a shell. I hope you understand now. So now chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then chain 3, make a shell stitch in the chain 1 space, and you're going to repeat this for all the corners. Let's repeat this again, what we've done over here on this other side. Chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, and then form a shell. So repeat this. I'm going to meet you at the end of this row. I'm at the starting point, so chain 3, make sure you don't forget to chain this 3, and then complete your shell by making 2 more double crochets in the chain 1 space, chain 1, and then make a slip stitch to join to complete this row. And at this point, I hope you have something like this, the 4 corners of the shell stitch, and in between you have 3 chain 3 spaces, 1 2 3 1 2 3. For row 4, chain 1, turn your work, make a slip stitch in the chain 1 space, chain 2 to count as your first double crochet, make 1 more double crochet for half a shell, chain 7, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Now go directly into the middle chain 3 space and make 7 double crochets. 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this must be an odd number, so these 7 double crochet is standard for all sizes, so just copy whatever I'm doing. I'll let you know when to adjust your sizing. And then go directly into the next chain 3 space and make a single crochet like that. Now chain 3, and then make your shell stitch. So you're going to repeat whatever you've done on this corner onto all corners, and then I'm going to meet you at the end of the row. So repeat this on all the corners. You start by chaining 3, you make a single crochet, and then go directly, make 7 double crochets, then single crochet here, chain 3, and then complete the entire round. To complete this round, chain 3, always don't forget to chain these 3, and then complete your shell by making 2 more double crochets, chain 1, and then make a slip stitch. So this row is complete. For row 5, chain 1, turn your work, make a slip stitch in the chain 1 space, chain 2, and then 1 more double crochet for half a shell, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then go directly into the first double crochet and make a double crochet, and then chain 1, make a double crochet in the next double crochet stitch, chain 1, double crochet in the next 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 stitch, chain 1, double crochet in your last stitch. So you're supposed to have 7 double crochets with the chain 1 spaces, and then you're going to go directly into the chain 3 space and make a single crochet, and then to complete this corner, chain 3 and then form your shell stitch. So you're going to repeat what you've done on this corner to all other corners. So this is how the corner looks like. So repeat this, start by chaining 3 and then 7 double crochets with chain 1 spaces. I'm going to meet you here. Complete the round by chaining 3 and then complete the shell. So I hope you have something like this. It's very important for you to keep on checking your work so that you don't end up missing a stitch or adding a stitch by mistake. So this is what we have. For row 6, chain 1, turn your work around, and it's very important for you to keep on turning your work around. Chain 2 and then make 1 more double crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space like that, chain 3, and then in the first double crochet you're going to make a double crochet. Now chain 3, you're going to skip the next double crochet and in the following one make a double crochet, chain 3, skip the next double crochet and in the next one make a double crochet, chain 3, skip the next double crochet in the next one, make a double crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, complete the shell stitch. So have a look at this corner. Make sure you have 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's very important. And if you don't want your work to have bigger gaps, instead of double crochet you can choose to make single crochets. So after chaining 3 you make a single crochet instead of double crochet if you don't want to have these big spaces. So like on this red one, we are here, instead I used the single crochets instead of double crochets. So now you're going to repeat this corner onto all the other corners and complete your row. So row 6 is complete and we have 7 spaces all around the corners, like each corner has 7 spaces. So now in round 8 we are going to start increasing our work. As you can see, we only have one bigger shell, so we will call this one bigger shell. So in row 8 we are going to make these 2 shells over here. So start by chaining 1, turn your work around and then slip stitch in the chain 1 space, chain 2 and make 1 double crochet like that, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then go directly into the next chain 3 space and make 7 double crochets. 2, 3, I have 7 double crochets, so make sure it's 7 double crochets, and then make a single crochet in the next chain 3 space like that. Now chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Now in the next chain 3 space, 7 double crochets, and then single crochet in the immediate chain 3 space, and then chain 3 and form a shell stitch. So repeat this to all other corners. So this is the pattern you're repeating. Start by chaining 3. It's very important for you to start by chaining 3 over here, and also to end up with the chain 3 before you make a shell. So yeah, repeat this on all corners. I'm going to meet you here. Round 7 is done, and you should be having 7 double crochets, the 2 of them, and in between them you should be having 2 chain 3 spaces. So 2 7 double crochets with chain 3 spaces, and also before a shell you should be having these chain 3 spaces. For row 9, chain 1, turn, slip stitch in the chain 1 space, chain 2, double crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Now you're going to go directly into the first double crochet, make a double crochet, chain 1. So now we are repeating this over here, double crochets with the chain 1 spaces. I hope you're enjoying the pattern so far. And so after your 7th double crochet, you're going to go directly into the chain 3 space and make a single crochet. Now chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then go directly into the first double crochet and make a double crochet. Now it's going to be double crochets with chain 1 spaces for a total of 7 double crochets. After the last the 7th double crochet, single crochet in the chain 3 space, chain 3, and then make a double a shell stitch to complete this corner, and then you're going to apply what you've done on this corner to the rest of the corners like this. So let me just show you how to start off this other corner. You start by chaining 3, single crochet, and then go directly into the first double crochet with the chain 1 spaces, and then repeat this. I'm going to meet you here. Row 8 is done, and I hope you have something like this. And at this point we only have 1 chain 3 space in between these bigger shells. So for row 9, I've already turned my work and made these first 2 double crochets for the half a shell. Now chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. So now we are spacing it out like what we've done here. Chain 3 and make a double crochet in the first double crochet. This is very important. When you have a shell stitch over here, make sure you go into the first double crochet. In as much as we are skipping stitches, do not skip the first one. So make a double crochet, chain 3, skip the next double crochet, and in the following one make a double crochet, chain 3, skip the next double crochet, and in the following one make a double crochet, chain 3, skip the next double crochet, in the next one make a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet where you have this chain 3 space, chain 3, skip the next double crochet. So at this point you're not starting with the first one over here. The only time you're going to start in the first one is where you have a shell, always. So this one requires to be skipped, and then in the next one make a double crochet. This is very, very important. Chain 3, skip the next double crochet, and in the next one make a double crochet, chain 3, skip the next double crochet, and then make a double crochet, chain 3, skip the next double crochet. In the chain 1 space you are going to make a single crochet. So this single crochet is this single crochet over here just before you complete your shell. Then chain 3, this is also very, very important. Before you complete a shell, it dictates it requires you to make this chain 3 space and then form a shell stitch. So let's have a look at this. So you should be having 11 chain spaces. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So this is an odd number. Remember previously here we had 7 chain spaces, and now since we have these 2, it has increased with 4 stitches, with 4 chain spaces. Now you have 11, which is an odd number. So if you have 12 or any other thing, then there's a mistake here. So now cross over onto this other side, and you're going to apply what you've done over here onto this other side. Start by chaining 3. So like I said, always where you have a shell, you must have a chain 3 space. And then make a single crochet, then chain 3, and then where you have a shell, you are supposed to go into the first double crochet. Do not start by skipping this and going into this. Always start by the first double crochet. So now go ahead and complete the rest of the row. I'm going to meet you at the starting point. I'm at the end of the row after chaining 3, single crochet in the last chain 3 space, and then chain 3, and then complete your shell. And we're done with this round. So by the end of this round, make sure that you have 11 chain spaces. So now let's start on row 10, and on row 10 we're going to add additional bigger shell stitch. So now we have 1, now we have 2, so now in the next we're going to have 3, of which the first one is going to be here, and then another one in the middle, and another one over here. So start your row by chaining 1, turn your work around and make a slip stitch in the chain 1 space, chain 2, and 1 more double crochet, and then chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Now go directly into the next chain space and make 7 double crochets. It must be 7. And then go directly into the next chain 3 space and make a single crochet. Now chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. So we are spacing it out with these 2 of these chain 3 spaces, exactly what we did on this other side down here. So after these 2, you're going to go directly into the next chain 3 space and make 7 double crochets. After 7 double crochets, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then go directly into this other chain 3 space and make 7 double crochets. After 7 double crochets, make a single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then complete this corner by chaining 3 and then form a shell stitch. So you're going to apply what you've done on this corner to the rest of the corners, and so let's see. So we have a 7 double crochets here. So in between this, there's these 2 of these chain 3 spaces, and also here 2 of these chain 3 spaces, and also at the beginning of this shell there's a chain 3 space, and then at the end here chain 3 space. So I'm going to meet you at the starting point. To complete the row, chain 3 and then make your 2 more double crochets to complete the shell. So for row 10, make sure that you have these 3 big shells with chain 3 spaces, 2 of them. So I hope at this point you've already seen how our pattern is coming out. So let me show you row, we are now in row 11, chain 1, turn, single crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Let me zoom in. Go directly into the first double crochet, space them out with chain 1s, and then go into the chain 3 space, make a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then double crochet in the first double crochet, space them out with chain 1, single crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 3, create a shell stitch, so this corner is complete. So repeat this corner to the rest of the corners and then complete the round. Round 10 is done, and we have 3 bigger shells with this chain 3 space, 1 in between, and also at this starting point and at this starting point. So let's do row 12, and this is the last row we are going to do together, and then I believe from this point you'll be able to continue adding more bigger shells in between. So chain 1 and turn your work around, and then slip stitch in the middle point, chain 2, and then make a second double crochet. So chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3. So where you have a shell, it requires you to start making your first double crochet in the first double crochet. This is very, very important. Then chain 3, skip your next double crochet in the next one, double crochet, chain 3, skip the next, double crochet in the next, chain 3, skip the next double crochet in the next, chain 3, always make a double crochet in the chain 3 space. Now chain 3, you're supposed to skip the next double crochet. You don't make a double crochet here, so immediately after this you're supposed to skip. Now chain 3, skip the next one, double crochet, chain 3, skip the next, double crochet in the next, chain 3, skip the next double crochet, and then double crochet in the middle point, the chain 3 space, chain 3, skip the next double crochet, and then double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 3, skip the next, double crochet in the next, chain 3. Complete this shell by chaining 3 and then make your shell. So let's have a look at this corner. So you're supposed to have let's count these spaces: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So remember the previous one was 11, so we've added 11 12 13 14 15, so it's additional of 4 4. The previous one was 7, now 11, now 15. So you're going to repeat this corner to the rest of the corners. So once you're done with that, you're going to start making the bigger shells again. So now that we have 3 here, it means on this it's going to increase to 4. So continue repeating this over and over again until you have, so you're going to turn your work like this. After making several rows, you're going to turn your work like this, and you see this line over here is going to be the middle point. You can choose this to rest either on your navel or where you normally consider as your high waist, and this upper part is going to be the top part of this dress. So this is the line that marks the top and the down part. So make sure the line that you have here, this height is long enough depending on where you want the middle point to rest, and then I'm going to meet you once I have my sizing. So I went ahead and added a few more rows, and this is the round 17, and at this point my work, the total height is 16 inches, but now this line over here is the one drawing the down part. This will be the down part and this will be the upper part. So this is the middle point. It all depends on where you want your middle point of the dress to be. Is it around your navel or your upper bust, like under bust or something? So that's up to your preference. But as for me, from the top area up to the middle point, it's 8 inches. This is the top part, and so now we're going to start shaping our top, and it's going to go in straight lines. So make sure that the height from this middle point to this, at least it covers up above your boob, like up above your boob. So make sure this line, when we start working in straight line, it's going to cover your boob. I hope that's clear. So this line is very, very important. Make sure you have the right size, because if you make it short, then it means it's going to be way up your under bust and it's going to look funny. So yeah, just make sure you have the right size for this. So once you have your desired height, we are going to start shaping the top area, and we're going to maintain this area in straight line while the rest of the pattern is just going to continue the same. So probably you've added a few more rows than I am, but if you want to follow along like everything that I'm doing, then I will suggest that you end up with this pattern, though it's not necessary, but maybe for the sake of saving you much time, just end up with this pattern, and then I'm going to guide you on what to do. So to begin now, it's going to be a little bit different. Chain 1, turn your work, and then make a slip stitch in the chain 1 space, make a slip stitch in the next, and then make a slip stitch in the next stitch, and then make a slip stitch to get your yarn end hook in the chain 3 space, like that. So we've flattened this area. Now chain 2, which counts as your first double crochet, and then make one more double crochet in the chain 2 space. So now you're going to do the next pattern as your work requires you to do so. So in this next row, we were supposed to make these chain 3 spaces over here, and as normally we will start with this space over the first double crochet. So chain 3, this is important, and then make a double crochet in the first stitch. Now you're going to continue the rest of the pattern by chaining 3, skipping double crochet. So continue with the pattern as normally you'll have, and then when you get to this corner, you're still going to make a shell. Continue with the pattern, make a shell, continue with the pattern this way, make a shell, continue with the pattern. I'm going to meet you towards the end and show you what to do. To complete this round, you're going to do what you made at the beginning. So after this chain 3 over here, you're going to make 2 double crochets in this chain 3 space. But I'm going to make my last double crochet in this first double crochet so that it's firm enough, but you can actually make the 2 double crochets in this chain 3 space. To start off the next round, chain 2, turn your work, and then make a second double crochet in this double crochet over here, and then make a single crochet in this chain 3 space so that you can flatten it like this. Now you're going to continue with your work. So after these chain spaces, it means now we're going to start making these 7 double crochets. So it's going to be a little bit different. We're not going to make the 7 double crochet at the beginning. We're only going to make it in the middle point. And to know your middle point is this chain space just before the bigger shell. So this is the middle point. Also on this other side, the middle point is this, the first chain space just before this other bigger shell, not this one. Okay, so at this point we're going to chain 3 so that you can get to the middle point, and then make a single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, so that you can get your work in the middle. This is the middle. Then now in the middle point, go ahead and make 7 double crochets. So after the 7 double crochet, the pattern is going to be the same what you've been doing before. Space it out with the chain 3, single crochet in the next, chain 3, single crochet in the next, and then another 7 double crochet. So repeat this. When you get to this corner, make your shell. The pattern is still the same. When you get to this other side, this, make a shell. When you get to this, continue making a shell. I'm going to meet you towards the end of this row and show you how to wind up the upper part. I hope you've noticed the only place we are manipulating is this top part, but the rest of your work, the pattern is still the same. Okay, I'm towards the end of the upper parts, and I have just made this one over here, 7 double crochets. So it's a chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then after the single crochet directly make the 2 double crochets which are at the end of the row. So you have exact same thing as on this other side. So we have 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and the 2 double crochets. To start off the next row, chain 2, turn your work, and then you're going to make your second double crochet, and then you're going to slant it by making a single crochet in the next chain 3 space like that. So now you're going to work on the next pattern, which we are supposed to make the 7 double crochets with the chain 1 spaces over here. So chain 3, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, single crochet in the next stitch, and then start your pattern again. So the pattern is constant. After this, I'm going to meet you towards the end of the row. At the end of the row, after making these double crochet with the chain 1 spaces, so you're going to complete the row by making your chain 3 and single crochets, chain 3, single crochet in the last space, and then remember to make the final 2 double crochets at the end of the row. Like that. To start off the next row, you're going to chain 3, turn your work, double crochet in the next double crochet stitch, and then to level it, make a single crochet in the next chain 3 space like that, and then you're going to proceed with the rest of the pattern. Chain 3, single crochet in this space, and then make a double crochet in the first double crochet stitch. As always, you must make a double crochet in the first at the beginning, and then now the pattern is this over here. So chain 3, skip the next, and then double crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, skip, double crochet in the next. So go ahead and complete your pattern. I'm going to meet you at this side. I'm at the end of the round, so after chaining 3, I'm going to skip this and make a double crochet in the chain 3 space, and now this final one is a chain 3, single crochet in the chain 3 space, and then finish it off by making your last 2 double crochets. To start off next round, chain 2, turn your work, and then make your second double crochet, and then make a single crochet in the next chain 3 space to slant it. So now let's begin. Let me do a little bit of explanation. As you can see, normally this is the middle point. Like I told you before, the middle point is the chain 3 space just before the bigger shell. This is the middle point, chain 3 space just before the bigger shell. So don't make your 7 double crochets here. We are slanting this. So you see the way it's going. If you make 7 double crochet here, it's like you'll be increasing your work. So this is how you're going to go about it. Chain 3, we're going to make chain 3 spaces until we get to this. This is where we're going to make the 7 double crochets. So chain 3, single crochet into the next space, chain 3, single crochet into the next space, chain 3, single crochet into the next space, chain 3, single crochet into the next space. So now I'm at the middle point. So I'm going to make 7 double crochet here, and then I'm going to continue with the rest of the pattern as it requires. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So even if you have 5, I don't know, but as long as you follow the guideline of where to, if you know your center point, then everything is going to flow. To complete the row, after you chain 3 spaces, make your final 2 double crochets at the end of the row. So let's have a look what we have so far. So you're going to continue with this pattern until you cover your bust well on both sides. So let me just show you one more time how to go about it. You start by chaining 2, turn your work and make a double crochet in the next double crochet stitch. Slant it by making a single crochet in the next stitch. So you're just going to flow with your pattern the way it's going. And let's have a look here. As you can see, we have a bigger shell, a bigger shell, a bigger shell. The next one is going to be here. It's going to go this way. So yeah, continue with the pattern until you cover your bust well, and then I'm going to meet you at that point. I'm satisfied with the coverage of my bust. This is the top part where we are going to fix the straps, and also on this other side. This is the middle point, and this is how the down part looks like. So once you have covered your bust size well, then we're going to proceed with working on the down part. And I ended up with this pattern over here so that it can grip my bust. To start working on the down part, you need to chain 1 and cut off your yarn and tighten it off. And then you're going to attach your yarn in one of the, so this is the upper part. So on one of the side corner, you're going to attach your yarn. You can check how your pattern is going. So this was the wrong side, so it means I have to go this way. So that's quite important. So to attach my yarn, make a slip stitch. Sorry, make a slip knot, and then pull it through inside the middle, and then chain 2, which counts as your first double crochet, and then make a complete shell. So after your shell, you're going to continue working on your pattern, but you're not going to work on the top part. You're only going to end it on this other side. I'm going to show you what to do. At this other side, so you're not going to work on the top part. Once you get to the middle point of the waist, you're just going to turn your work by chaining 3, turn your work, and then this counts as your first double crochet, then 1 more double crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 1 and 2 more double crochet in the chain 1 space to complete your shell like this after turning. Then you're going to proceed with your pattern on this side till you get down here and then up above and reach on this middle point. Then you're going to chain 2 and keep on repeating this until you have enough size like this over here, the waistband over here. So make sure you repeat this until you have enough size to pass through your boobs, the size of your boobs. So I have added a few more rows on the other side and on the other side as well. So now take your tape measure and measure that area and stretch it out quite well when measuring. So if you have like your fuller bust, then you are ready to close that area. So but if your hips is smaller than your bust, then I suggest that you use the hip size. So the reason why we are using the smaller measurement here, so that it can be snatched on your waist, so that it's not going to be baggy on your waist, because most of the times the hips is normally bigger than the fuller bust. Okay, And don't worry about the hips measurement. So the moment we start working on the down part, the hips is just going to expand and accommodate whichever size that you have. So don't worry about that. Just use your fuller bust or whatever measurement is small so that it can be well on your waist. To join these two sides, we're going to use a slip stitch, and then in the first double crochet, make a slip stitch like that, and then make a slip stitch in the middle point, turn on to the other side, and then make a slip stitch inside the middle point. And then you can chain one and cut off your yarn. Only join these two sides together if you have the right size for you, like that. So after joining here, the next step is we're going to work on the down parts, and the pattern is still going to be the same. We're still going to increase down here by making the shell. So let me show you how to go about it. So check how your work is going. So this is the wrong side. So you're going to attach your yarn here. To attach your yarn, make a slip knot. And then inside the chain one space, you're going to pull it and chain two. So this chain two counts as a double crochet, and then make half a shell stitch. So you're only going to make two. So now proceed with your pattern. Follow the way your pattern requires you to go, because we have different sizes. Probably you have a different thing over here, which is pretty much okay. So the pattern is still constant. So I'm going to follow my pattern by chaining 3 and making a single crochet, and then the next thing, it requires me to make the 7 double crochets here. So let me go ahead with my pattern. I'm going to meet you at this middle point and show you what to do. So I'm at the middle point and I have been working with the flow of my pattern, and one truth that you should know is sometimes when you're crocheting, you might be forced to adjust your stitches, or maybe skip one or something, just you manipulating a few stitches so that your pattern can fall into place. I hope you understand what I mean. So here I'm at the middle point and I have been making the 7 double crochets with the chain 3 spaces, the 2 of them. So after making these 7 double crochet, I'm going to chain 3, and in the middle point where I joined, I'm going to make the first single crochet, and since I'm spacing this out with 2 of these, I'm going to chain 3 again and make a single crochet in the next stitch, and then I'm going to start making the 7 double crochets. And if you remember earlier on, I told you to know that if you want to make sure that you are placing your stitches in the right places, is this just before the bigger shell. This is where you're supposed to place your 7 double crochets. Just before the bigger shell, this is the middle point over here. Just before the bigger shell, this is the middle point over here. So once you put that in mind and you felt that your pattern is going off a little bit, that should be your guiding point. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make 7 double crochets over here, and the rest of the pattern is pretty much the same. I'm going to meet you at this point. I have made my last 7 double crochets, and so to complete this round, I'm just going to chain 3. The chain 3 is this one over here, and then complete this half shell by making 2 double crochet. Remember, we were doing this earlier on at the beginning of the dress, like this, and then you chain 1 and close it up using a slip stitch in the first double crochet, like that. So to start off the next row, you're going to chain 1, turn what we were doing earlier, and then make a slip stitch in the chain 1 space, chain 2, 1 more double crochet to form a half, and then you're going to proceed with the rest of your pattern. As for me, I'm going to chain 3, single crochet in the chain 3 space, and then I start making the double crochets with the chain 1 spaces. So now you're going to continue with this pattern. It's like you are working in round right now. So even on this middle point, it's just working in round the way your pattern is flowing. So the only place where you're making a shell is this over here. And so when you make a shell here, it's increasing the height of your dress. So repeat this over and over again until you get the height of the dress that you need. So this is how you're going to measure your height. So from the middle point of the upper part, this line in straight line up to the down part is going to be the height of this dress. And when measuring the height of your dress, do not stretch your work. Never stretch your height always. So yeah, I'm going to meet you once you have your desired height of the dress, and then you are going to level the edges. So I have the height of my dress. It's 29 inches, and I hope you have something like this. This is the hips area. So now the next thing we're going to do is to level this area over here, even as we continue to cover the rest of the dress. And so for the height, it's important that you give an allowance, because when you put the dress on, automatically the back part normally pull the dress up. So yeah, put that into consideration, give some allowance. So I've given allowance of 2 inches so that even if my dress is pulled upward, I still have the height that I'm comfortable with. So yeah, let's work on the down part. To flatten the down part, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then make a slip stitch in the chain 1 space, then chain 2. This chain 2 counts as your first double crochet. So we're going to work on this other side, and the pattern requires us to start making the 7 double crochet. So you're not going to make the 7 double crochet in the first stitch over here, because it's going to increase your work. So you're going to make chain 3 spaces until you get to the middle point, which is this place over here, and make your 7 double crochets. So after this chain 3, which is a double crochet, I'm going to make a single crochet in the next stitch like that to slant it, and then chain 3, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, single crochet in the next, chain 3, single crochet in the next, and then now you are at the middle point. Make your 7 double crochets, and then after that you're going to carry on with the pattern the way it requires you, and then I'm going to meet you at the starting point. Towards the end of the row, I have made my shell, the bigger shell, which is this one over here. So you're just going to wind up by making the chain 3s, single crochet in the next, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, and we're going to slant this space, what we did over here. So you're going to skip it, and in the last stitch make your final double crochet. To start off the next row, you're going to chain 2, which counts as your first double crochet, turn your work around, and then make a single crochet in the next chain 3 space to slant it like that, and then proceed with how your pattern requires you to do so. So it's a chain 3 for me, single crochet in the next space, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, and then I'm supposed to make double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the next stitch. So I'm going to flow with my pattern. I'm going to meet you at the end of the row. I'm almost at the end of the row. I have made this over here, so we're going to make chain 3 spaces. So chain 3, single crochet in the next, chain 3, single crochet in the next, and you're supposed to skip this the same way we slanted this the other side over here. So you can either choose to skip and make your final double crochet over here, or you can actually make your last double crochet in that space like that. And then to start off the next round, chain 2, turn your work, and then to skip this you're going to slant it like that so that we can lose it, and then you're going to continue with the rest of the pattern. So here we have a chain 3, single crochet in the chain 3 space, and we're supposed to make these chain 3 spaces over here. So in the first double crochet, make a double crochet, chain 3, skip the next one, double crochet in the stitch. So you're going to go with the flow of your pattern, and I'm going to meet you at the end of the row. At the end of the round, I have made this double crochet, so I have to skip this one. So it's a chain 3, and now it's going to be a single crochet over here, same way we started the other side here. And then we are supposed to skip this and make a double crochet here, but I'm just going to go directly into this chain space because I explained earlier. So now we are starting off again with making the 7 double crochets, and I need you to check your work. We are supposed to skip one, so we're going to skip this one, and we're going to make the 7 double crochets here because already this one we've worked on it, so it doesn't count because our flattening double crochet is here, so it doesn't count. So you're going to skip this the same way we skipped the other side. This one over here, you're going to skip this, the middle point, which is this, and then you're going to make your 7 double crochet in this next one. Okay, so to get your yarn and hook into this, you're going to make chain 3 spaces up to here. So towards the end of this row, this is the flattening area, and I need you to compare to the other side. This is where we have our 7 double crochets after skipping this one. So in this space over here, this is where you're going to make your 7 double crochets. And then make a single crochet in the next space, and then chain 3, single crochet in the next, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, chain 3, single crochet in the next, chain 3, single crochet in the next, and then you're going to go directly into the double crochet space and make your last double crochet. So it's important that you compare these two sides. So here I have 1 2 3 4 5 6, and also here at the starting point it's 1 2 3 4 5 6, like that. To begin the next round, chain 2, turn your work, and always make a slanting by in the next chain 3 space make a single crochet like that, and then you're going to, where you have these chain 3 spaces, you're going to chain 3, single crochet into the next, and then make chain 3 spaces when you get here, like that. When you get here, then you're going to start your you continue with your pattern by making the double crochets with the chain 1 spaces all around, and also on this other side. So I'm on this other side. I've made this bigger shell, the double crochet in the chain 1, and I have 1 2 3 4 the chain 3 spaces, and this is the last double crochet. So we're going to work through it and make one double crochet there to flatten it like that. To start off the next row, you're going to chain 2, turn your work, and in the next chain 3 space you're going to make a single crochet like that, and then you're going to continue with the rest of the pattern. So continue making your chain 3, single crochet in the next, chain 3, single crochet in the next, chain 3, single crochet in the next, and then here the pattern requires you to make the double crochet, so you're just going to go with the flow of your pattern. Chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, and then when you get to the other side of the row you're going to repeat the same, and then after that the pattern is going to be making the shell again. Remember, you're going to skip the shell. Okay, let's repeat this one more time. I'm going to show you how to go about it. I'm winding up this other side. I've made my last double crochet, so it's a chain 3 and skip the next double crochet to wind this and make a single crochet. So you need to get your yarn. This is our first double crochet, so chain 3, single crochet in the next space, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, and then we are supposed to make, this is the last double crochet, this is the last chain 3 space, so we're going to go into it and make our last double crochet like that. To start off the next round, chain 2, turn your work, and then make a single crochet inside the chain 3 space, and this part over here we are supposed to make the 7 double crochets, so we're going to skip this one over here. Don't start here, and you're going to make it in the second one over here, and to do that you're going to just make chain 3s until you get to that point. Then when you get here you're going to make your 7 double crochets, and then you're going to continue with the pattern. When you get to this other side, also make the same thing. So to make your work easier, you should be doing what you did on this other side, you do it on the other side. So you just keep on checking and seeing if your work is balancing well. So go ahead and cover your back, and I'm going to meet you once I am done, or if I need to explain anything further. So I'm done leveling the down part. This is the back part and this is the front part. So the next thing I'm going to show you is so I have ended up with this pattern over here, the double crochet with the chain 1 stitches. So I'm just going to cross over on the other side, the front part, and also do the same pattern so that it can match up well. So this is the front part. Whatever pattern you've decided to wind up with, you're going to cross over now onto the other side, and this is after the last double crochet. It's a single crochet, and then 1 2 3 single crochet in the next, because of these chain 3 spaces that we have in between. Then I'm going to go into the next one and now make double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet 7 times to match with this one over here, and then single crochet in the next space to slant it, space it out with chain 3, single crochet in the next space, and then again 7 double crochet with chain 1 stitches. So you're going to repeat this until you complete your front part. Once you get at this other side, you're just going to chain 1 and cut off your yarn, and the next thing we're going to do is to fix the straps on the top parts. here and here. So to do that, so make a slip knot and attach it to where you're supposed to fix your straps and chain 2. And so I'm going to build up 3 double crochets. So this is the first double crochet, but you can make your strap however big or small you need it to be. So for me, it's just going to be 3 double crochets, chaining 2, turning my work, and making those 3 double crochets until I have my desired string that I'm going to tie through the back. So once you're done, you're going to attach on the other side, and yeah, we are finally done. And then you're going to weave in your ends. So I'm done with the down part, and this is how it looks like. And once you've fixed the 2 straps, you're going to make them long enough so that you can crisscross on your back. So if you enjoyed the tutorial, kindly give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and also hit the notification bell so that each and every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. Goodbye.